Bunny Nation, welcome back. It is Blue Bunny Gamer Girls here. I need to be on American Idol. I need to be the next American Idol. I guarantee you I will win it. You cannot tell me that wasn't good. No, but seriously, you guys, I'm like 90 wins away from my 100 triple play streak. So if you want to see what I unlock, stay tuned because I will be doing a live broadcast of that in a couple more days. This video came about because my friend and I, who were sitting talking, I had noticed a scar on her and she had noticed a scar on me, and we got into this really deep conversation of how we both got our scars. So I figure, you know, why not make a story time about it? Since this video is about self-harming and I have a long history of that, I think I'm gonna go back to the first time I actually did it. Some of you may know, some of you may not know, but my mom had gotten incarcerated a while back. This story evolves around the time that she did get incarcerated. So I was young the first time. I was about like 14, 15, or 13, one of the three. I'm not really good with times, but it was around one of those 3 times. I was young, that's all I gotta say. I was in school, and I guess this was around the time where it was really hitting me that, you know, one of my best friends in the entire world was just, I couldn't see her every day anymore. I couldn't talk to her every day anymore because that's what you do with your mom. So I was in school and I was sitting there and I had this pencil in my hand. My teacher was talking, but literally the only thing I could hear was like, okay, I think you guys get it, but that's like literally the only thing that I could hear. But I had this pencil and I started to just rub it in my arm. At first it started as an itch, but then my mind went somewhere else. Like I couldn't even think. I just had so much anger and I kept scratching and I kept digging and this pencil just kept getting deeper, and I'm just sitting at my desk like I'm out of it. Mentally, I'm gone because so many deaths in my family had happened, and now my mom is just, she's gone from me physically right now. Now that I think back on it, I'm totally surprised and like dumbfounded that my teacher said nothing, they did nothing, that even if they didn't see it, if one of my classmates seen it, they didn't do anything, and it's just, that could have stopped right there, but it didn't. Moving on to the next day, and it's hitting harder. You know, I would wake up and I would think that the previous day was just a dream. It didn't really happen. I went to her room, she wasn't there, and then it blasted me in the face again. So the next day I'm just in school. I don't feel good. I don't feel like being around people. I didn't want to go to the nurse's office because then I would have to sit and talk and all this other stuff, and I just really wanted somebody around me who could relate to what I was going through, and absolutely nobody in my school knew how I was feeling. So I went to the bathroom and I thought that I would take that time to just sit inside myself. Like, just, I wasn't even in a freaking stall. I was just standing in the bathroom. All the lights were off and I was just bawling my eyes out for like freaking hours, it seemed like. Then a thought clicked into my head, which was a horrible thought. Since I felt numb inside, if I did it again, but with something that was sharper, then I would be able to see that I'm just like everybody else. If he gets a cut, she bleeds. If he gets a cut, he bleeds. And they can feel it. So I wanted something that could make me not numb anymore, and that's the only thing that popped into my head to do. I took out the old school thing to the what do you call it, pencil sharpener, and I just went to town in a negative way. I went to town in a negative way. I put my jacket back on. Walking through the school, I felt, now I'm like everybody else. I'm the same now. I get to be the same as everybody else. My mind isn't thinking about my mom because it's worried about the stinging that I feel on my arm, and it hurts so bad, but at the same time I can blend in with everybody else. Like I said, my mind was totally opposite to what it should have been. It did get worse after my dad passed away. It got so much worse. to a time where I almost overdosed. It went to a time on the floor, blood everywhere, knives everywhere. It honestly got that bad. And I guess I wanted to make this video because I make a story time about something that happens in my life. It makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel like I wasn't alone at the time. It makes me feel like all the stuff that was happening around me, the negative things, didn't matter. And I guess it's just that people can't really, or they shouldn't really talk about you if they don't know what you're going through. Because at the time, I was being bullied. You know, as you all know from my past videos, I didn't have a really good experience in school with people, with friends. It didn't go well for me. To this day, I don't honestly know why. Everything just plummeted for me at the time. How I finally got help when my mom got out again, when she was out on bond, she had seen my cuts and everything else. I was the type of girl, for some reason, my mom was just always amazed by this. In the dead of summer, it could reach 90 to 100 degrees, but I would always wear long sleeve shirts. Like, I would never let anybody see my arms, my legs, nothing like that, because of what I was trying to hide from everybody else. Seeing that, I feel that I came a long way from sitting with my friend, you know, being able to have everybody else see and notice my scars and not get thrown off by it, and feeling confident in who I am. Then I feel like it's a lot easier for me. And there are times where I do slip back into my old ways because it's very, very hard. Life is difficult. It's just a struggle to keep with who I am now sometimes. But then I turn back and I get so grateful that I have my YouTube channel, and I get so grateful that I have my Black Ops 3 and my World War II and my GTA 5 and my Assassin's Creed. I could go on and on about all the games that I have, but I get so freaking excited and happy when I see that I have another outlet instead of doing just that. My mom did take me to go see a therapist, but nothing really changed. Everything was the same. You know, she would give me the same advice that I'm sure all therapists give to their patients, which is, you know, put a rubber band around your wrist and flick it every time you feel like cutting, or go outside and just scream, or go put a pillow and just scream in the pillow, or punch a pillow or something like that. That's the advice that she would give me. It did not work, but I can honestly say that since I'm also a person who has to always constantly be doing something with their hands, and sometimes that is nerve-wracking, like snap my fingers or tap my desk or my whatever is near. It's a lot better to have a controller in my hands doing stuff, because then that limits the chances I have of cutting, because I'm busy doing something. I have my time occupied. So that would be my advice. I mean, it's not good to do that to yourself. Scars never go away, especially if you do it deep. They're not gonna go away. They're gonna stay there forever. I've tried every freaking holistic remnant to try and take my scars away that I have, and I don't have too many. Because most of the cuts, they weren't as deep as others, but majority of them, you know, they got pretty deep. But before you do that, you know, always stop and think about what it is that you're doing. Even if you are a part of my Blue Bunny Nation, or if you're not a part of my Blue Bunny Nation, you can always message me on my channel. My link to my PlayStation gamer tag is in my About tab on my channel. You can always add me there and we can talk about it. You don't have to make a permanent decision for a temporary situation. And I say that to myself almost every day. As my grandma always used to say, this too shall pass. That's a saying that rung strong in my family. And my mom, even though she's incarcerated right now, that she always says the same thing. Yeah, I hope this helps somebody, so that you'll know that you're never ever ever alone. I wish I knew that when I was going through this situation. I wish that I knew that there were different things that you could do. I was so closed-minded to pain that I didn't realize that other things were. Like I said, even making this video, it helps me so much because I'm getting it out of my system. I'm getting it out of my mind, and I can forget it, forgive myself, and move on. So I hope this helped you like it helped me. And until next time, you guys, Boo Buddy Nation lives forever.